Josh, you're on with Tim Kurkjian. Go ahead.
Hey, Tom. I still think Nets are going to ruin baseball, but I want to know how many Detroit Tigers 2019 you can name besides Cabrera.
Oh,
Thanks.
he's going to be able to name most of them, or all of them.
You know what he does for a living?
Right.
Yeah, they are as anonymous a team as you can possibly have, and that's part of the issue here. And what's happening is in our sabermetric community is they're giving all these guys all this information that you have to hit that spot down and away to get this guy out. You have to hit up and in order to get this guy out. And the pitchers and the players are just incapable of executing all of this stuff. And that's part of the problem in our sabermetric world is we're asking guys to do something that they're just not capable of doing. And that's a real problem for the Tigers and for several other teams out there. You can have all the information you want, but if you can't do what they want you to do, you're not getting anything done.
Do you dare to accept his challenge publicly, though, and just start naming Tigers for us? We can't do it. Are we putting you in a bad spot if we ask you to do it?
It's pretty tough.
Well, I think it might make the worst segment ever if I'm going to sit here and try to name all. I could probably name off the top of my head maybe 15 Tigers right now. That's how anonymous that team is. And I haven't seen them in months because they're the Tigers. So I don't think it would serve any purpose for me to get all of these things wrong.
All right, Tim, I apologize for doing this to you. You are the most credible baseball thing that I've ever met in my life. You got to go ahead and try and name some of these players because I can't let you off the hook with a whole bunch of filibustering and not – it might be boring radio, but you have to prove what it is that you're claiming even though I believe you.
I mean, the caller laid down a challenge.
I believe you, but just name a handful.
And please just go last names because they have first initials, but I got no shot at betting that.
He's looking at the internet and Mike can't do it.
No shot. You can go just last names. We can start with the outfield.
Well, all right. Now, do you want the team this year, or do you want the team from 1968 that won the World Series?
This is what I do when I start not knowing something. I start flashing knowledge of something that I do know.
He's buying time for the internet.
This is God's move.
Yeah. I want this year, 68, and every year in between.
All right, the time is gone now. Tim, just name some Tigers.
Or just admit that you can't.
John Hicks is their catcher, okay? Brandon Dixon has a bunch of home runs, okay? Nico Goodrum is a pretty good player. Kristen Stewart's one of their outfielders. That Castro guy whose name I don't know, his first name.
That's fine.
Is an infielder. Eimer Candelario's a pretty good hitter. He got off to a good start. Jacoby Jones has been a pretty good player for them. Spencer Turnbull's one of their best pitchers. Derek Norris is a
There it is,
pitcher.
Tim. That's it. We're good. See, you did it because you're a baller. You're making it rain, Tigers, and I wanted to show everyone that you could flex that Tiger muscle.
And don't like being this guy, Tim, but barely any of those players that you mentioned are actually starting right now for the Detroit Tigers.
It's Grayson Griner at catcher now.